Welcome, folks. Welcome to a fresh month of practicing. It is November, so we will be studying Svadhyaya. It's also Indigenous Peoples Month, so we'll be kind of sprinkling in some information and awareness about North American Indigenous folks throughout the month. To begin, let's go ahead and take a dignified posture, so sitting up comfortably tall. Do whatever you need to do with your legs to let this posture work. I know for some folks it feels better to straighten the leg out. For some, they like to sit on a cushion or a blanket. And then we'll bring our hands to rest in Dhyana Mudra. So this is the mudra of the month for us. We'll be placing the right hand on top of the left hand, or rather the right fingers on top of the left fingers. And then bringing the thumbs to touch on top, so it's like an arc. Then resting this in front of your lower abdomen. So Dhyana Mudra is known as the meditation mudra or seal. It creates a seal with the palm of the hands facing upwards. And then we'll soften the shoulders, letting the hands rest here in front of the low abdomen. Dhyana Mudra is known for helping to channel the flow of energy and to help us bring ease, clarity, and focus in meditation, confidence in practice. So let's sit with this for about 10 breaths. We'll breathe at our own rhythm, but go ahead and let yourself count to 10 breaths. Through understanding yourself, you realize your interconnection with all. This month we'll explore Svadhyaya from Yoga Sutra 2.44. Svadhyaya is the practice of getting to know ourselves, our preferences, our biases, beliefs, inquiring what gets in our way of love, looking at our childhood, our past traumas. It's remembering who we ultimately are beneath it all, becoming a witness, what many call witness consciousness. On a larger relationships and service perspective, it helps us notice what gets in our way of connecting with others and committing to service and social change. Through understanding yourself, you know you are interconnected with all. All right, let's begin our movement practice. So let's do that by shaking out the hands. And then try shaking them a different way. So I kind of shook mine left to right, so now I'm going to shake them up and down. If you can, reach your arms up overhead. Big breath in. Exhale, let the arms drop. Inhale, reach your right arm up and over. Left hand can come out like a little kickstand. Inhale, come back up through center. Left arm up and over. Exhale, fold to the other side. Taking a breath. And then releasing. Let's go ahead and come into tabletop. Tops of the feet press down into the ground, using that as a source of grounding. You could imagine the shins touching down, the knees are touching down. Inhale, drop your belly as if it could touch down. Pull the heart forward, lift your gaze, lift your chin. Maybe tuck your top lip under your bottom lip, stretching the neck and throat. And the next time you exhale, round the spine. Chin towards chest, but then release effort. Let the head be really heavy. You might even wobble it a little. You could take a few breaths here while we really press the spine up towards the sky, and then slowly start to press the hips back towards the feet. Notice where you feel stretch. For me, it's around my armpits and then into the low back. Another breath, just noticing for yourself. And then we'll inhale, cow pose. Vidalasana, belly drops, we look up. Exhale, cat pose, Marjarasana, arch the spine. Press the hips back, keep breathing. Balasana, child's pose. One more time like that. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And child. From child's pose, let's bring the elbows to the ground, hands together in a prayer gesture. Taking a few breaths here, and you might think about a commitment or a wish for yourself this month. Setting an intention. And then we can lift the hips a little, walk the left elbow over to the right side, push the hands together. We're coming into a twist. So the left elbow stays on the ground, right elbow starts to point up towards the sky. The head can just hang, take another breath. And then release, walk your elbows over to the left side, plant that right elbow, push the hands into each other, rotating the spine, looking up over the left shoulder. Push the hands into each other, take another breath. And release. Let's come to stand on the knees. You might tuck the toes here, and we'll circle the wrists. Circle the shoulders. You can keep the wrist circles going. Open your arms out wide, big inhale. Exhale, cross the right arm over the body, bracing the arm with your left hand. Looking for a stretch on the outer right shoulder. And then you could drop your left ear towards the left shoulder and breathe. All right, next inhale, open the arms out wide, head neutral. Exhale, cross your left arm over the body. And maybe drop right ear towards right shoulder. Good. Inhale, open your arms out wide. Exhale, bring the hands back down to earth. Toes are tucked. Let's lift up to downward facing dog. In this big triangle shape, keep in mind the hands and feet can be as wide or as narrow as feels good to the body. The upper body is doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. The head and neck don't have any work to do, so let them get really heavy and relaxed. Let's intentionally engage the core. You can hang out here with a soft belly, but let's go ahead and intentionally draw the navel towards the spine. Remember, we can always bend the knees, softening the knees, giving the hamstrings a little break. Take one more breath here. Walk the feet up to meet the hands, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, squeeze the shoulder blades together, stretch the arms back, look ahead. Stay here for another breath. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhaling, rise all the way up. Stretch to the sky. Exhale, drop your right arm down, left arm reaches up and over. Big stretch for the left side body. You might look down towards the ground on the right side and notice where you feel stretch sensation through the left side. And then just notice where you feel compression on the right side. Good. Then we'll inhale to center, both arms up. Exhale, left arm drops, right arm reaches up and over. We could look down towards the ground and then just notice, practicing paying attention. What do I feel on the right side? What do I feel on the left side? And then come to center. Stand tall, feet on the ground. Next, inhale, stretch to the sky. Exhale, fold down to the ground. If you like using blocks, you might bring those into the picture. Then we'll step the right foot straight back in space, drop the right knee, untuck the toes. Take a couple of breaths here. Go ahead and press the hips forward and down. Maybe lift the chest, maybe lift the gaze. And then keeping your spine extended like this, start to straighten your left leg. You might let the hands slide back in space a little. Straightening through the left leg, you don't have to force it, a little bend's fine. As long as you feel a stretch in the back of the left thigh. And then you could imagine pulling the left hip back in space, rooting the left big toe down, creating a little traction along that line. And then try rounding your spine and just notice how things feel different. As you round your spine and drop your head, you can see the form of your right leg. We don't have to dwell on it too much, but if that right hip is really jutting out, you might just squeeze the glutes and kind of push the right hip over to the left, lining hip over knee a bit more. Imagine the right shin pressing down into the ground. Another full breath in. And then bend your left knee, return to your low lunge. This time, imagine squeezing the legs together. So rather than sinking down into it, we're lifting up out of it. And then maybe you bring your hands up to the sky. Maybe you tuck the right toes. Staying here, little added balance challenge, or lifting the right knee off of the ground. Breathing, and then the option to dip, so dropping the right knee to the ground and then lifting back up. A few more breaths, do with the time what you will. Either way, we're getting a stretch through the right leg, we're strengthening the left leg. As we reach up really energetically, we're creating more space in the torso and rib cage. One more breath. And then hands to the ground. Let's step ourselves back to plank pose. Taking plank any way that works for you, including if you want, lower the right forearm and then lower the left forearm, taking a breath in forearm plank. Core muscles really stitched in. And then plant the right hand, plant the left hand. Another inhale. Exhale, let's lower all the way down to the belly. Point the toes back. Before we lift up, let's go ahead and lift the hands to begin with. So hands are floating above the mat. Engage your core. Try to press the front of your pelvis into the ground more as you lengthen your low back. And then inhale, peel the heart off of the ground, just however much you can. And exhale, lower down. Two more. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, release. Inhale, extend, lift the heart. Exhale, lower down. Hands along the chest, tuck the toes. Make your way to down dog however you want, including if you wanted to push up, big breath in, breathe out completely, push up, and then downward facing dog. You could also take a break or sit this out or take a flow. Say about 5 slow full breaths. Remembering the wrists are as light as possible, the head as heavy as possible. Core muscles are engaged. Imagine spiraling your inner thighs towards each other and back. Couple more breaths. All right, let's step the left foot towards the middle of the mat and then sweep the right leg up. So three-legged dog, just having a little bit more balance. Inhale, shift forward to plank pose, pulling the right knee towards your chest. Hover here, push the ground away. And then step the right foot to the top of the mat, drop the left heel. Warrior two. Inhaling, rising up. Good. As you get there, lift the heart. You might flip the palms towards the sky and then point the fingers towards the ground. And then rotate the arms so fingers point forward. Rotate the arms so fingers point back. Inhale, reverse warrior, staying for a couple breaths. And then cartwheel your hands to the ground, runner's lunge. We inhale. Exhale, step the left foot up, forward fold. On an inhale, push into the feet, lift halfway. Sweep the arms back, stay for a couple breaths. Core is engaged, back body is strengthening. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach to the sky. Keep breathing and see about lifting the heels off of the ground. Reach a little higher. And feet on the earth, arms by your sides. Stand tall. Next inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. On your inhale, half lift. Good. On your exhale, fold down, hands to the ground or blocks. Step your left foot straight back in space. Nice. Drop the left knee, untuck the toes. Press the hips forward and down a few breaths. Remember, we never want to feel pain, but a little healthy strain or pressure is fine. All right, now let's straighten the right leg, keeping the spine long to begin with. We might have to walk the hands back a little bit. Remembering saying straightening the leg is relative. You don't have to force the right knee straight. As long as you feel a stretch in the back of the leg, you're doing it right. You can imagine pulling that right hip back while you root the right big toe down. Lifting the heart, extending the spine, another breath. And as you exhale, you could round your spine, let the head hang heavy. If you notice the left hip really jutting out to the left side, you could draw it in towards center, stacking hip over knee a bit more. Imagine the left shin rooting down. All right, breathing, bend into the right knee. This time imagine squeezing the legs towards each other and see if you can stretch your arms up to the sky. Reaching up. Staying here, or try tucking the left toes. That's already going to make balancing a little trickier, a little less surface area to ground into. You could also lift the left knee off of the ground. And optional dips, dropping the left knee and lifting it up. Make sure you're really gentle. We don't want to drive that left knee into the ground. Slow, full breath. Good. Bring the hands to earth. Find plank pose. Taking plank however you like, including with the option of forearm plank. We could lower the left forearm and then the right. Really push the ground away through the elbows, forearms, hands, core engaged. Take a breath. And then left hand plants, right hand plants. Big inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. This time, pushing the hands into the ground, roll the shoulders back as you inhale, peeling the heart up. Exhale, lower down. 2 more times at your own pace. Good. Tuck the toes. Press yourself up and back, downward facing dog. You could flow, you could rest, about 5 breaths. If you're staying steady in down dog, really focus on the breath, moving in through the nose, out, letting the head be heavy. One more breath. And then for three-legged dog, you could step the right foot over to the left, to the middle of the mat. Inhale, sweep the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Shift forward to plank pose while you breathe, pulling the left knee towards your chest, and then step the left foot to the top of the mat. Pivot your right heel down. Cartwheel your arms up, warrior two. Breathing here. This time we could stretch the wrists by taking Mushti Mudra, so the gentle fist, tucking the thumbs in, rolling the fingers over, or wrapping the fingers over, and then rolling the wrists. All right, on an inhale, reverse warrior. A couple of breaths here. On your next exhale, cartwheel the hands to the ground, runner's lunge, facing forward. We inhale. Exhale, step the right foot up, folding down. On an inhale, go ahead and rise all the way up. As you rise up, maybe you come up to your toes. Maybe you look up. Engage the core to help you stabilize. And then find mountain pose. Watch the breath. Good. Inhaling, let's stretch out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Bring the feet out wider. Let this be a really luxurious forward fold. You could grab opposite elbows and sway, trying to release the low back. If you like squat pose, this is a good time to transition into that. Couple more breaths wherever you're taking it. And then we'll drop our seat to the ground. Bring the soles of the feet together. So into Baddha Konasana. For some of us, having the feet farther from the hips, kind of a larger diamond shape will feel right. For some of us, tucking the heels all the way up towards the pelvis feels best. Find your spot and then sit up really tall, holding onto the feet, the ankles, whatever you can reach. You can lift the shoulders, roll them back and down, let them stay there on the back body. Lift the heart. Soften your gaze as you look straight ahead. And moving only the eyes, look all the way up. As if you're trying to look into the center of the brain. Slowly bring the eyes back to neutral. Then try looking all the way down, like you're trying to look into your heart. Beyond the dark edge of your vision. And then bring your eyes back to neutral. Slowly move your eyes all the way to the right, like you're trying to look into your right ear. Looking beyond the dark edge of your vision. Bring your eyes back to neutral. And then slowly move your eyes all the way to the left. Looking into the dark edge of your vision. And bring your eyes back to neutral. Let them be soft but open, just noticing. Fold forward as you're ready, dropping chin towards chest. Good, and then sit up tall, stretch your legs long as you come onto your back. When you get there, draw the right knee in towards your chest and then drop it over to the left side, taking a twist. Come back through center, stretching your right leg long, and draw the left knee in and guide it over to the right side. Breathing, come on back to center. Draw both knees in towards your chest. You could stay here rocking like a little ball, Apanasana, or take a happy baby, Ananda Balasana, reaching towards the soles of the feet or the outer ankles, or even behind the knees. One more breath. And as you're ready, go ahead and stretch the arms and legs long on the ground. Let yourself soften. Let yourself breathe and rest, and imagine absorbing all of the benefits of a yoga practice. Letting it be more than something that you do, but something that you are. Svadhyaya. Through understanding yourself, you are interconnected with all. Svadhyaya is the practice of getting to know ourselves, our preferences, our biases and beliefs. Inquiring what gets in our way of love. Looking at our childhood, our past traumas. It's remembering who we ultimately are, becoming a witness. Witness consciousness. It helps us notice what gets in our way of connecting with others and committing to service and social change. Through understanding myself, may I come to understand all. Bring movement into your body as you're ready. Let's eventually meet in an easy seat. You could roll to one side to get there. Maybe even smiling to yourself as you arrive in an easy seat, knowing that you've already done something wonderful for yourself today and this month. You can bring your hands together at your heart, giving yourself a bow of acknowledgement, acknowledging the ancestors who bring us this practice. If you'd like to chant Om, let's breathe in. Om. Deep bow of gratitude. Thank you so much for being here. Friendly reminder, last night's yin class is on the website under bonus content or bonus classes. So that's there waiting for you anytime you want to visit it. And I'll see you tomorrow.